Welcome to Dr. Mary Travelbest's Travel Guide. This is an episode for women like you who need a little extra support traveling the world, one woman at a time. This episode is sponsored by Sun Marketing, Advertising, and Media. And I'm Dr. Mary Travelbest. I've been traveling independently since 1972. By myself, that is, and soon to release a second guidebook on the steps to solo travel. Please share this podcast with your friends, your parents, your loved ones, and future travelers so you can make their trips the very best, like Travel Best. In this episode, the FAQ is, how can I avoid the back row on the plane? The destination is Lake Arrowhead Village. Today's mistake, Wi-Fi troubles in France. And travel advice, be kinder. So here's the FAQ. How can I avoid the back row on the plane? The answer, book your seat early if you can. And before you book, you can review the airplane itself and determine the best seating. You are not guaranteed the seat, even if you are given that on your reservation. Another tip, be sure to arrive to the gate on time so you don't give up your seat. And you can also check Seat Guru and the show notes. Now for today's destination, Lake Arrowhead Village. Lake Arrowhead is an outdoors paradise for those who enjoy nature and beauty of mountains and forests. It's a privately owned lake and restricted to use by the homeowners and the resorts on the lake. The area that's 1 mile around the perimeter of the lake is, quote, Arrowhead Woods, unquote. You need permission to use the lake if you're not staying at one of their properties. For my 1-year wedding anniversary, my husband, 3-month-old, and I went to explore Lake Arrowhead Village. We booked a tiny cabin not far from the resort. Since this time, we have returned to this area a lot, sharing the outdoors with the growing family. We learned a lot about fishing, hiking, and had adventures. And here's a few ideas for you about this area. Now, on the lake, you're going to see the resort, and you can walk around the nearby stores. There's plenty of activities, including Wild Haven Ranch, Mountain History Museum, Lake Gregory, Sky Park at Santa's Village, and Heaps Peak Arboretum. Now, the locals are about 9,000 in population. So this is a small village in size, but it swells in the summer months with tourism. And skiing at Big Bear, that's a different episode, that's close by. You can listen to that podcast for more ideas. Swimming on this lake is abundant, but check before you swim that it's allowed and it's safe. And the show notes have those links. Now, fishing is the most popular fish you're going to find are bass and trout. Crappie fishing are also getting more popular, as well as catfish. Be sure to bring your fishing license. And there's lots and lots of restaurants in the area, so take your pick. And now for today's mistake, Wi-Fi troubles in France. I didn't know how to access Wi-Fi for free, except in McDonald's restaurants in Paris. Every time I needed to use Wi-Fi, I went to a McDonald's restaurant. Sometimes it was easy, but other times it was a challenge to even find one. I should have asked for help. I was fearful of looking helpless, even though I was. That was a bad situation, and since then, I've learned a lot more about my settings, and Wi-Fi has become a lot more available around the world. And now for some travel advice. Be kinder. So be a little kinder to your service team wherever you travel. They've had some really hard times over the past few years, so be sure to give them an extra smile, extra grace, and extra kindness. It will go a long way because they've never been in this situation before either. So try patience and kindness. Let me know what happens from that. Today, I want to bring meaning to your travel. So send me your travel tip. You can send it to my website, my Facebook page, my Facebook group, or Instagram. You can send it to my Twitter, blog, or maybe you'll see your tips in Dr. Travelbest's Steps to Independent Travel.
What's on your travel bucket list? Tell the doctor and her team of women who travel the world seeking the very best. Dr. Travelbest, that is.